Hi everyone, my name is Paige. I'm a lifestyle photographer based in Paris, France. And since we're all in quarantine right now, I thought it might be interesting to walk you through what it's like to be a self-employed photographer at this time and take you through a workday with me. And of course, give you some tips along the way. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, keep watching and I'll see you in the video. There's like a skateboard block party happening outside. Wow. I'm taking you to my living area. We're gonna light a candle and then I'm gonna put you down and then we'll talk about what we're doing for work today. Did that, we did order the battery for our Minolta. Good job, self. Okay, we have an email to send. So one thing that is weird at the moment about being a photographer and being in quarantine is I can't really shoot the things I normally shoot. Oh, let's turn on a light. Should we turn on a light? That'll be better, probably. If I had any actual lighting lights with me in this country, I could make this a little better, but I don't. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so being a photographer right now is strange, as you might imagine. Most of my clients normally are tourists in Paris, people who are, flying to Paris to propose or celebrate a recent engagement or just celebrate being in Paris, elopements, anniversaries, birthdays, things like that. So obviously, because we are in a pandemic, all of my clients that I had scheduled from mid-March through at least June as of now have had to cancel their trips to Paris. And I, as you can probably tell if you've seen my first couple of videos or if you follow me on the internet elsewhere, this is not my usual home. I am not in Paris, I'm in Maine right now. So I am also not there to be taking pictures of the people I normally take pictures of. So, nor can I really do portraits here. So I do have some sort of follow-up things that I still need to do, some photos to send off. And then I have a wedding album to design for my sister, actually. So she and her husband, my brother-in-law now, got married in January, and I was lucky enough to be their wedding photographer. So I delivered their photos a while ago, and they just recently sent back a list of sort of their favorite photos from the album for me to use as a basis to design a photo album for them. So I'm gonna see what photos they put in there and use that as a basis. So I'm writing these down in a list so I don't forget, but as you'll see with my to-do list, it's gonna be longer than what I can reasonably accomplish today, probably. Another thing I wanted to do is work on my inbound marketing. If you are a small business owner like me, or anyone who works in marketing, that might be a term you know. If not, it's basically marketing where people come to you. So one thing I've been wanting to do is implement like a chat function on my website so people can get in touch with me more easily than just sending an email. So I have a couple options to explore with that as far as pricing and functionality and integration with my current site. I'm on WordPress right now. I've used Squarespace in the past and loved it. And then when I was first starting this business about 2 years ago, for pricing reasons mainly, I switched over to WordPress because I had multiple websites. I've been considering going back, but also now I have, a full website and blog on WordPress. So that will be way down the line. That's like sometime this year to-do list is to explore that. But for now, I need to find a chat marketing system that I'm happy with, that is, not crazy expensive as I try to decide, ideally free. We like free. As I try to decide if it's worth it. In the long term, I need to go on a walk for at least an hour today, and I'm scheduling that in because you should always schedule in things that aren't just work. And your to-do list. What else? Oh, I remember. Probably between the chat marketing and this, just research takes a long time for things. But I have been wanting to set up a print shop to you know, get us through this pandemic financially. So I have a printer in the US that I really, really love working with, and they've actually just started doing, you know, socially distant printing again. So I want to get in contact with them and see what my options are. So yeah, we're gonna do that. And then we'll check back in. We need a blanket. It's huge. Hold up. Didn't think this through. Ah! Ah! Oh yeah. We're just, you know, essentially working from bed, but in a different place, because I could work from the kitchen table, which would be a little more businessy feeling, but since mostly what I'm doing is research stuff and I don't need a flat surface to edit on, I'm not going to. I just thought of something else that should be on the list, which is that we have a couple things to submit for publication to blogs and the like. I exported yesterday or the day before a selection of a little under than 150, I think this is like 125-ish photos from a recent wedding, and I am now going to run them through BlogStomp, which essentially compresses photos without losing, well, with losing as little quality as possible, but I'm going to keep them at a very high resolution and rename them all. We're going to keep it pretty big. We're going to keep it at 3,500 pixels on the long edge, whichever edge that is. We're going to keep the quality, let's say like 98%, so it can compress a little bit, but still keep it nice and clean. 72 pixels per inch because it's going to digital output. It's going. And then upload them all to a submission platform. I'm trying out 2 Bright Lights, it's new to me. Definitely not a recommendation necessarily because I haven't really put it through the runner, but I'm trying it out this time just to see if it can streamline things a little bit better. Okay, that's done. How's the exporting going? Halfway done. See, it doesn't take that long. It's really not bad. We will, in the meantime, let's see if we can get in touch with someone about prints while that's thinking. The light is going. It's late afternoon and there's no sun in the sky. And you know, that's what's going on. We got a late start today. Log into my CRM. Send a follow-up email. So I manage my emails, my client information, my contracts, my invoices, questionnaires, forms, etc. through Dubsado, which is a CRM. It's a management system and it's meant for, you know, small businesses, creatives. There are a lot of photographers who use it. It's sort of like Honeybook, if you're familiar with Honeybook. I have friends who use that and love it. It's not super compatible with businesses that are based outside of the United States, and Dubsado is really good about that. So that's a big reason why I chose Dubsado. But both are great, and there are plenty of other ones as well. Let's go to our projects. If you'd like a video about all of the different tools I use to manage my business, let me know. I've mentioned a few, I know, just in the course of doing my work, but there are a lot, and I'm happy to walk you through some of the stuff I use if that would be helpful. So I wanted to show you my my Dubsado in case that was of interest, but because it's full of all my clients' information, I don't really know how to show it to you without like, and not show all that information. I'm sure that there's a way to do it. I think I can, I know that there's a way to like hide invoice information. So maybe I'll see. If that's something you're interested in, let me know and I'll try to figure out how to show it to you. So this email is to a potential client who I spoke with about a week ago. And I took notes as we were talking, so I'm just going back to try to find those notes so that I can be informed with what I'm saying to him. Email sent! Yes! I love talking to clients in real life. I, for some reason, have a really hard time writing emails. It's just something that I find myself avoiding, even though I know it's really important. So I'm very proud of myself for sending this, and for sending every email. And honestly, filming myself is creating some kind of weird accountability, so maybe I should just film myself working all the time. Cool, we're gonna check that off the list. And I'm gonna make some more tea. I'll take you with me. How's that? All right, you can't see this because what I want to talk about is actually, you know, I want to talk about the tripod that you're on, which you can't see because you, dear internet friend, are on the tripod, though you may not know it. So I can't really show you, but it's very cool. And it's the first like full-size tripod I've ever actually bought for myself. I've used hand-me-down tripods the entire time I've been doing photography. Tripods, you know, unless you're really hard on them, are not a thing you have to replace really ever, unless and until you outgrow them, or, you know, you find yourself in quarantine without a tripod and you need one. So I would love to talk to you about this tripod at some point. Maybe I'll do a review. I love it. So now I've got you on the mini tripod I just showed you. We're gonna use it as a vlogging stick because we're a professional vlogger. We're not. Water to boil again. You've been here, you've been in my kitchen. Water's boiling. See that steam? That's good stuff. Obviously too hot for me to drink. All right, let's look into some chat marketing stuff. See if we can read up. See if we can get some kind of bare bones set up at least. And then we might take ourselves on a walk. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm looking into HubSpot right now. I'm not committed to them yet, but it has potential and they have a free option to get started with, so I'm looking into it. And I currently have one meeting scheduling tab, which I'm not going to touch yet because I don't know enough to know if I even need a meeting. 4 different tutorial tabs open, and then my account, which has nothing in it. All I've done so far is create an account and turn on GDPR, which is good. We like that they have GDPR. That's important. And I have no idea what to do next. So we're getting started. Taking notes on what to ask in an eventual call if I do stick with this, because I have questions, because GDPR is complicated. One weird thing about starting and running your own business out of nothing is you're constantly in this phase of, wow, I have no idea how to do this thing and I guess I have to figure it out from scratch, which is really exciting when you're in the right mindset for it. But it's also just like, it takes way more time to do everything. You know, like in previous jobs that I've had, you kind of have one domain of task, you know, and you're obviously still learning new things and trying out new things and having new projects and stuff. But suddenly when you're your own business, you have every domain of task. And there are a lot of things that you just have to figure out how to do. And you also have to be comfortable with them either taking forever and possibly never getting launched, or just doing everything as well as you can in the moment and moving on and trusting that if it's important enough, you'll come back to it and do it better, or eventually hire someone else to do it better than you. You know, you should have seen the website. Even like a year ago, my website was horrific compared to now. And it was the best I could do at the time because my coding skills are basic. I took one computer science class in college, and I figured out the rest, and I am not a web designer, it turns out. But you know, I had a website up, it worked. It wasn't the most professional looking, it's much better now. And I'm sure in a year I'll be like, whew, that website page had in 2020, yikes. But that's how you grow. So this is me trying to figure out a whole new thing and having no idea what to do with it. And that's just a lot of what my job is. So yeah, that's it's not really a business tip. I don't know, but something to be aware of if you're trying to, you know, start a photography business or any business really. Just be prepared to have no idea what you're doing a lot more than you think you will. Also be prepared to spend a lot less proportional time on, in my case, photography, but on whatever business thing you are starting your business to do. You know, in my dream world, when I was thinking about what my photography business would be, I sort of thought that I would spend a lot more time photographing people and a lot less time on admin. And right now, because I can't photograph people, I'm spending, you know, all my time on admin. But even when I am actually working and shooting, a lot of my workday is, you know, some of it's shooting, more of it's editing and culling. Culling takes forever. And then a lot of it is emails and marketing and Instagram and working on my website and calling people and trying to learn new things and doing ads and all this stuff. And it's fun, you end up with like a pretty well-rounded idea of what a business is, but not necessarily what I expected or wanted at the beginning. But it keeps things interesting. So there's that. Okay, I'm back to this now. Dear internet friend, we need to actually work over here. Oh man, it's raining. I still have to go on my walk and now it's raining. Is it gonna keep raining? Hey Siri, what's the weather? Man, it's raining for the rest of the evening. We're gonna have to walk in the rain and get our hair wet. And that's fine because we have a walk. So I have like a whole exciting night planned for myself. As you know, we're not leaving the house aside from our 1 hour walk. So I have a puzzle set up, which I'll show you. I have some rice water fermenting to do a rice water rinse on my hair, some good self-care. And I just got certified actually to be a crisis counselor, so I have a shift scheduled for tonight too. Wild Monday night ahead in quarantine. Woo-woo. So getting rained on is fine, because we're gonna wash our hair anyway, because we're gonna douse it in rice water. It's raining harder. We need to just go on a walk soon. It's 7 p.m. If you were wondering what time is, me too, first of all, just in general. But at this exact moment, it is almost 6:59 p.m. in 4 seconds. It is 6:59 p.m. And we've just been sitting on this couch for a long time. Add chat flow to WordPress. Wonderful. All right, so we're gonna add, this is what WordPress looks like on the back end, if you're wondering. HubSpot. This is what I'm saying. Definitely, if you are comfortable actively maintaining a website, WordPress can be great. It has a lot of flexibility. You can kind of do anything with it that you want to do. But it does, like, I've broken a lot of things on this website many times. So definitely error prone. There are, as I said before, great. Squarespace has better options for just like ease of use. Like it's very drag and drop and you don't have a bunch of plugins that you have to make sure all work together. And they kind of make sure that things don't just randomly break. Whereas with WordPress, I have to be the one to make sure that things don't just randomly break. And sometimes I'm not aware until someone tells me, which is very frustrating. There's also Showit, which uses WordPress, and which I've considered maybe hopping to as well. At some point I want to switch either to Showit or to Squarespace, back to Squarespace, which I used before. That's down the line. They're both more expensive than my current DIY option. But if you're thinking about creating a website, Showit is more expensive than Squarespace. To my knowledge, they might have a basic tier that's less expensive, but they let you kind of design your own layout, but then your blogging is still all through WordPress. So if you are comfortable with WordPress and you're just tired of having to constantly make sure everything works, which is kind of where I am right now, then that could be a good option for you too, if you're willing to pay for it. Let's put this into our website. Let's do it. Do it real good. That was a lot of, that was many songs at once. I've connected it. Settings, it says it's connected. I'm very confused. Let's just see if it's already there. Maybe it just did it on its own. And it's prompting me to figure it out because I don't, oh yeah, woohoo! And then in theory, if I scroll down the page, it pops up. It's there, I did it! I have a chat! Okay, and then it has the same thing I already tested. So we can say, hey, girl. Send. We typically reply in a day. And then I get a little cool, we get a little thing up here. We're gonna close it because we know it's me. And we'll say, this is my email. Send. Beautiful. Come check it out. Come chat with me on my new chat that I have made. We can see together whether it works. If you don't hear from me on the chat, it's because something is broken. But I think it works because I got a notification saying that I had a new chat friend. I have my crisis counseling in an hour and a half-ish. So we'll take like an hour walk, we'll come back, we will maybe cook, probably order some food from a local restaurant. I don't know what yet. So then the food will be on its way, we'll be settling in, we will counsel some people in crisis, eat some food, have some nice puzzle self-care after the crisis counseling. Yeah, I feel good about this. Let's go walk. So I decided to walk to the park. We'll see how long I manage to keep this up, but you know, it's pretty, it's a whole mood. I would never be able to live in Paris if I didn't like the rain. It's like the whole thing. I'm not looking at the right camera. I don't know how to vlog. I'm sorry. We'll get better at it as we go, maybe, if we keep doing this. Do we like this kind of content? If you do like it, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment telling me like what's working for you, what's not, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm figuring it out. And I'd love to be able to make better, more interesting content for you guys. All right, I'm gonna keep walking because this is a little difficult to walk and talk and film with the mask on. It's just kind of a lot, so. That's gorgeous. It feels very like if the Bronte sisters were alive today, like this is the modern day Moors, you know? I really didn't know anything about mask ergonomics or whatever before very recently, but what I'm learning now is that when it gets wet, it's a lot harder to breathe through, which I feel like I could have predicted if I had thought about it. So yeah, I'm gonna walk home. I'm gonna get this mask off my face so I can take a real breath. And it's getting dark anyway, so we're just gonna kind of call it. Whew, it feels good to breathe. I washed the mask, I hung it up, I'm inside again, I'm taking off my socks. So now I've got like a half hour before I want to log into my crisis counseling, so I'm gonna order some food, and I still don't know what I want. Also, I don't remember if I said this at the beginning when I started filming this, but the reason that I'm filming this is that my friend Malak, who is another Paris-based photographer, she's wonderful, I'll link her new YouTube channel below. She just started a YouTube channel, and her very first video was talking about what she's doing to work as a photographer in confinement. And it's in French, so, you know, if you speak French, go check it out. She's great. And I thought it was a really good idea. So I am talking about what I'm doing during not confinement, but shelter in place. Okay, I'm gonna make more tea, because that's just the theme of today, and kind of get something. So, update regarding the food. Turns out anywhere I kind of wanted to order from is already closed for orders because it's too late, which makes sense because it's almost 8:30. So, change of plans, not gonna order food. Not sure what I'm gonna make. I'm low on vegetables. Remind me to go to the grocery store. And by go to the grocery store, I mean order curbside pickup. Whoops. Okay, Brussels sprouts. We're gonna saute them in like a soy sauce, ginger, oil, touch of lemon juice, whatever other spices I can find in there that seem like they might fit. And then we're gonna do just boring basic veggie burger, sourdough, mustard. Wish I had tomato or something, but I don't. I'm out, I ate them all. But yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna do it. All right, friends, I am going to let this sit for another couple of minutes so the garlic gets nice and cooked and everything gets sort of, you know, absorbs that sauce that I made. I'm gonna get my computer the rest of the way set up and tune out for another couple of hours, eat this. Well, I will make a burger at some point. I don't know if I'll make it during my shift or afterwards. You may or may not see it, we'll see. And I will check in with you later. Look at that, look at that. Woo! Taking a really quick break. Gonna cut some bread, going to put a veggie burger on the stove. Dinner part 2. Okay, so I just finished my shift. It went very over, which is fine. It is 12:45 a.m., so I am about to make more tea and work on my puzzle a little to decompress, because this is the person I've become during quarantine, and call it a night. So thanks for coming around with me today. This was a fun, weird experiment, and if this is the kind of thing that you enjoy, please give me a thumbs up to let me know. If you hate it, feel free to give me a thumbs down. I'll be a little disappointed, but I understand. Yeah, please comment below. Let me know what worked for you in this format, what didn't work for you, what you might want to see more of or less of, or anything at all. I'd love to hear. And either way, I will see you soon. Have a great night. Bye. Hey, it's the next day, late afternoon, and I just wanted to update you that I finished the puzzle, which I'm sure you were all dying to know. So yeah, here it is. Da, 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 da. We did it! We did it!